Jeremy Sockman here today with a look at a movie that manages to combine two things everyone loves and Mark Hamill. I'm looking at Corvette Summer, about not only Corvettes, but also summer. This one uses its sweet ride to tell a not-so-sweet story. So let's take a look. Mark Hamill plays Kenny Dantley, dorky car nut in high school working on the auto mechanics class custom Corvette. It's one mega sweet ride and the class gets to take it for a test spin around town. But Coot stops for cokes and someone swipes the thing. The cops tell them to let it go, but Kenny can't get behind that and decides to start looking for it. He hears a rumor that it's in Vegas and takes off hitchhiking to get there. A lowrider caravan is too slow for him, so he gets a ride from Vanessa, wannabe hooker with a killer van.
Thanks for stopping.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Huh?
Thanks for picking me up.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were hitchhiking, only you didn't have your thumb out. You want to hitchhike, you gotta stick something out.
From there, he plays detective looking all over town for his ride, taking jobs at gas stations and car washes in the hopes of catching a glimpse of it. Every time he does, the thing gets away. But when he steals a bike, he traces it all the way to an illegal chop shop. They lock him up with rubber body cuffs, but he gets away by going full Armus. He's all set to tell the cops when his teacher, Mr. McGrath, reveals that he was behind the theft all along. He convinces Kenny to join the thieves as a highly paid customizer. The money goes to his head, and he offends Vanessa's hooker sensibilities, but a change of heart makes him restore the car and steal it back. Spoiler alert, the bad guys don't like that and chase him down the road, but his car's the real deal and they flip out. He brings it back to school, gets his diploma, and gets the girl. Way to go, Mark! Now, if you were only watching Corvette Summer for the Corvette, you were only getting half the story of this one. You see, Corvette Summer was trying to impart something to all those Star Wars fans desperate to see more Luke in 1978. This is a movie trying to warn people about getting too obsessed with cars. Sure, they might look cool, sound cool, and go pretty fast, but when you let yourself get blinded by a sweet spoiler, you tend to lose sight of reality. Kenny is just unable to let the Corvette go, and his logic brain seems to shut off completely. He runs off to Vegas based on what some dude says with no money or way to get there. He lets randos pick him up, which is a surefire way to get serial killed. He decides to hang out with a hooker, which is really a one-way street to VD Town. But then he also runs off after dangerous criminals on a bike. He's warned that they mean business and he'll end up at the bottom of the lake, but he's so gosh darn blind he just ignores it. Then, when his teacher saves his life by getting him a job working for those dudes, he extorts them for more money, attacks them, and steals the car back. Dude, did you think they were just going to let you get away with that because you're Luke Skywalker? They give chase and try to blast his head off, but he still won't go to the police. He's just blinded by fenders and rims. Then, when he gets the thing back, he goes back to the source, not expecting them to follow him. Buddy, you took an awesome car from some bad guys. They're going to want it back, and they know where you live. These are exactly the kinds of dumb decisions obsessives make, whether it be spending thousands of dollars on collectibles, buying the same movie on every format it's released in, dressing up as fictional characters in groups of other so-called adults, or putting their life at risk over some oversized Hot Wheels car.
Don't get too attached to this car.
You don't fool me, Mr. McGrath. You might have seen a lot of cars, but you love this one just as much as I do.
Don't forget that the first good guy ship you see in Star Wars, the Tantive 4, was a Corellian Corvette blockade runner. This is just too much of a coincidence to overlook. If Star Wars wasn't on the mind of the director Matthew Robbins, then why didn't he call the movie Mustang Summer, or Datsun Summer, or even Nissan Stanza Summer? Those are all cars after all. The fact that Kenny runs off after adventure, much the same way that Luke Skywalker did, pilots a sleek ride on a chase with a nemesis in black, and manages to wind his way through life with a goofy look on his face, all add up to the fact that the crew making Corvette Summer knew what they were doing. They saw the news and a generation of people succumbing to a flashy sci-fi trend. They wanted to use something from reality, customized muscle cars, to try to teach them a perhaps too subtle lesson.
How the hell was I to know you were going to fall in love with a pile of junk?
So as you can see, Corvette Summer paints a dangerous picture about how obsession blinds someone to reality. It's not too much of a stretch to think that the makers of this one saw what was going on with the burgeoning Star Wars fandom and tried to use cars as metaphor to warn them off against getting too obsessed with that galaxy far, far away. Or maybe they just didn't like cars. I don't know. Either way, the message is the same, and that's why I'm Jeremy Sockman, and I'm giving Corvette Summer my seal of approval.
Corvette's a man's car.